Alright, now let's continue factoring our polynomials. So now, what do we do if we have like a, say, x minus 5 squared, x minus 5 being multiplied by a 3 and so on? Well, we can just say that, okay, I'm going to say m is equal to x minus 5, so then in my brackets I can just substitute it to be m squared plus 3m minus 18, and then just factor this as I would using guess and check. So I'm just going to make two brackets, as we talked about in the previous video. I would put in m, and then two numbers that multiply together to get minus 18, and that would add to get 3. So just from guessing, I would probably think, okay, it's probably going to be, here I'll just write it out, equals minus 18. So probably the factors of minus 18, it could be either 2 and 9, like 1 being negative, or 3 and 6. And in this case, I would probably go with or 3. So I would probably go with plus 6 and then negative 3, and that's going to work. So I'll get plus 6 and minus 3, and you can always check by doing the outermost times the outermost, and then adding it with the innermost times the innermost. So that would give me minus 3 plus 6m, which is 3m, which is correct, because that's what we get for the middle term. Okay, and then the last step is to substitute in m as x minus 5, because that's what we set up here. So now, wherever I see an m, I'm going to substitute it in. So it's going to be x minus 5 plus 6, which can be simplified to x plus 1. And then the other bracket will be m, and that's going to be x minus 5 minus 3, which can be simplified down to being x minus 8. And that's our final answer. Okay, try doing this one. So in this one, I'm going to say that x plus 2, this is going to be an m, and then I'm going to say that 2y minus 3 is going to be an n. So let's see what happens if we simplify this like this. So 32 m squared minus 18 n squared. And when I do that, I can now think about something to factor out between 32 and 18. So the only common number there would be, like, let's say a 2, and we would get, say, 16 m squared minus 9 n squared. And then this I can factor just using like the difference of squares method. So that's going to be like 4m and then minus 3n and 4m plus 3n, because both 4 and 9 are perfect squares. And if you did, to make sure that it's correct, you did the outermost times the outermost and the innermost times the innermost, and you added them, you would get 0, because we don't have a middle term in that. So that's what we would get. And then the last step would be to just substitute in our m and n. And when we do that, I'm just going to write out the simplified form. We'll end up getting 2 and then 4x plus 6y minus 1 times by 4x minus 6y plus 17. And again, that is us just going that we said x plus 2 is equal to our m, so wherever I see that, and then wherever I see an n, it would be 2y minus 3. And then I just did the simplification to save a few minutes.